brief about me. Okay, so you all know I am from LNMIIT, right? Just
Yes,
kidding.
sir.
So yeah, so
Yes.
um, till 3 years, I was thinking that I'm gonna get a job in computer science or electronics, majorly in electronics. So that's why I started working towards, you know, getting my internship in academics, and I was thinking about doing those things. But later on, I decided after 3 years that it's not my cup of tea. And also, I was doing good at HSS and all the psychological courses which were offered by Rajbala ma'am, and I was kind of like I'd not like to boast about it, but yeah, I was kind of like a topper over there. So I realized that this is something which I should be more doing towards, because in India or anywhere, after doing engineering or while doing engineering, we realize that what we have to actually do. Okay, so you guys might also be, if over here anyone is from first year, then don't take this advice. Okay, do whatever you are doing. Okay, all the best with that. And later on in your fourth year, you might realize that it's not your cup of tea. Not don't realize that right now, otherwise you will drop out. Okay, so don't do that. Anyway, so coming back to the topic, so like in fourth year, I realized that this is not my cup of tea. And then one of my batchmates introduced me to digital marketing, and I started doing it and got a couple of internships while I was doing my BTech in the fourth year, in both the semesters. And yeah, that's how I started learning about it, and that's how I gradually scaled it up and understood every concept around it. And internship is actually a good way. If you guys are in your fourth year, try getting as many internships as you can. That will help you a lot in getting perspective, as well as talking to people in corporate, how to articulate your thoughts, how to enunciate better, what are the major keywords which you should be focusing upon, how to delegate responsibilities, how to inform everything to everyone who's over there. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so Suam has a really good mic. Okay, that's a really good mic, Suam. Anyway, so
Thanks.
yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much about me. Well, when I was in college, then after college, okay, so I didn't get the placement from college. By the way, I stopped sitting in the placement. I'm not saying that you should also do that, but as you guys might be aware, that in like digital marketing domain is different, and college is not able to get those kind of companies in for you guys, because that obviously makes sense as well, because we are computer science and electronic dominant field, or a discipline. So that's not possible for them to lure people into and getting those things. So that's one. Then I started applying to as many companies as I could, and I was just doing uh, I'll say what I was doing was it's a guerrilla warfare. I was throwing everything on the wall and just thinking what will stick. Okay, well, this is not a good strategy, although, but at that point of time, there was no one to guide me into, how to do or how to find a career in digital marketing, or what should be done. Because in 2016, there were not too many blogs to actually tell you, or too many
Yes.
courses to actually tell you and educate you about digital marketing. So that was one thing which I was doing. And there was one blog by Jain, I guess. It had around 500 digital marketing agencies or something. I started applying to all of them. So I applied to 500 companies, and I got selected in one. I got the interview of 30, but those 30 interviews were pathetic. And one of those interviews was really good, and I got converted into that one. And yeah, that was my offer. Also, I got a PPO from the company where I was. Uh, okay, so I also got the PPO from the company where I was doing an intern, but that's another story. I didn't go over there because that was already in Jaipur, and I was not getting that much amount of exposure which I wanted. So that's when I moved to digital
Okay.
marketing agency. Now, the purpose why I moved to digital marketing agency was to understand how many kind of domains are over there, because digital marketing agency works in a lot of different domains, and
Yes,
a
sir.
wide variety of work is over there. So that's the advantage with digital marketing agency. But one thing you don't realize is that since you're working with too many clients, you can get overwhelmed with the fact that you have to do the same thing for different niches. And at that point of time, you are not mentally equipped clients of different niches at one point. You can obviously, first thing is that you have to learn a lot of skills. So that's already switching from one mindset to another. When you are doing email marketing to then you're moving to social media marketing, it's a totally different mindset. And then you have to do this for all the other things, okay, for all the other companies. So it was not a good idea. And post that, realizing after realizing this particular fact, I moved to in-house company of Voila, and I joined the marketing team of Voila. Over there, I was not switching brain. I was continuously focused upon one brand, and I tried scaling up their email marketing, their Facebook ads, their Google ads, then actually everything over there. After one point of time, I even became the digital marketing manager, and I was the person who was responsible for all the things which were communicated via email or something. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And that there are a lot of domains in digital marketing. पहले email marketing ले लो, social media marketing ले लो, बहुत सारी हैं. Now you can't do all of them. जैसे तुम सारी की सारी चीज एक साथ नहीं सीख सकते. डीएसए ओएस वगैरह एक ही दिन में मैं तुम्हें अगर सारी की सारी समझाने लग जाऊँ तो तुम्हारा दिमाग खराब हो जाए. बट सारी की सारी समझनी जरूरी है, राइट? इसलिए इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स भी बताते तुम लोगों को थोड़ी सी कि you guys know what basically is over there. I'll try to keep that in English only because probably people from Telangana and all would also be over here. So I'll try to keep that in English. So what you have to understand is pick up one, okay, and I would say pick up anyone regardless of because over here it's not like it's dependent upon the previous field. Every domain in itself is complete, as well as every domain in itself is new one. So if you start with, let's say, email marketing, go ahead, master it, and then move to another one, let's say Facebook ads. Okay, obviously you will get an edge, or you will get a head start, or you will obviously have an upper hand if you have done something and then you move to another one. Okay, because the concepts are same almost over there. The concepts of marketing are same. Okay, so what you have to do is pick up one, then define what should be your roadmap. Once you do that, that's it. That's pretty much it. Okay, got it? So this is basically $180 strategy, okay, which I have been following a lot. Okay, it's coined by Gary Vaynerchuk.
Yeah.
So if you're not aware of $180 strategy, then it goes like this. You have to find out 10 hashtags which are popular in your domain. Okay. Then you have to find out 10 accounts which are popular in your niche where you want to grow. Okay. Make it a religion that every day for 30 minutes you will interact with these posts and these accounts. That's it. While you're interacting with these accounts, since they're popular, in the comment section you will see a lot of people who are like-minded as you. Okay. Build connection with them. And after okay. So I started reading next question. Sorry about that. So after a while, what you will see is through consistency, you will get a lot of followers, because it's not like that one day you will start seeing a rise in your followers. Okay. It is a consistent thing that one day blows up. Okay.
Yeah.
So it will be way too long. I'll say even it can take 6 months for you. Like, for example, you would be getting 10 to 12 followers every day. And after one point of time, one day you'll see that you have started gaining a momentum of 100 followers per day. But before that, I would like you to channelize your energy into understanding what is important for you. Okay, what do you want? Because I was getting 400 followers per day at one point of time, which was last year. Right now, I'm getting only 15 to 16. The reason is that I didn't want that kind of people to follow me. I wanted people to convert from. Currently, I'm running a digital marketing agency. I want clients.
Yes.
I don't want followers, right? If I want followers, I would want them on Instagram because they would be purchasing my book, okay, or my course, for that matter. But I didn't want that to happen on LinkedIn. So first of all, you have to strategize what you want and then accordingly act upon it. Hope that makes sense. First of all, it also depends upon what is your objective. Do you want them to convert? Like if you're running an affiliate business, let's say you have an affiliate product and you want people to visit your website and then convert. Okay, because that's a very major source of revenue which people are doing right now, which is having an affiliate. So affiliate marketing is basically you sell products of other people and then you get a cut out of it. The customer doesn't have to pay any extra bucks, but from the chunk which they pay, you get some cut. For example, if let's say on Amazon, I am purchasing one microphone that costs 4,000 and there is an affiliate commission of 3% around it. Instead of going 4,000 all to Amazon, 3% of it, $120, I'll get. Okay, yes. As an affiliate because I made the sale. Okay, and this is just for Amazon. There are a lot of digital products which are over there. jinki monthly, like the monthly subscription of theirs is around $7,000, and there they offer 40% on, affiliate commission. So 40% of 7,000 is way too high, like 2,800, right? So if I get 20, and then there's a recursive commission as well. Okay. So that's what is affiliate marketing. So I hope you are asking me a question about that only, or maybe you are just asking me how to, get traffic on blog. So the major source is running ads. By running ads, you can get traffic instantly. Okay. Other than that, you can obviously join communities and over there build relationships, which is a very long process, and then get a lot of traffic. And third one is basically having a social media presence. So other than these three, there are a lot of other things as well, for example, doing backlinking and everything. But those are just short-term gains, and the people who come to your website after doing those kind of tricks would not sustain over there. Okay, so that's that. It's just like building a business, like making the traffic come to your page. It's not something that I can give you a steroid, or I can give you a drug off and it will happen the next day. It's not like that. And if it does happen, then it happens with the paid ads, and it's also not a sustainable process, because a lot of people who would come to your website might not want to stay over there, because since they are coming from paid ads. So organic has a very different power. So it's more like building a business kind of a thing. Free for someone, they don't prioritize you in order to, okay, so let's say, okay, so I have a lot of interns working for Baweja Media, okay, in every domain, which is basically from content writing to SEO to, even we are hiring for video editor interns and design marketing interns. We hire them every month, I'll say. So when I hire someone, I have to pay him. If I'm not paying that person, okay, my mindset won't be to educate that person, because it's a codependent relationship. If I am hiring a person who is working free for cost, I won't be paying heed to that person, because there's nothing that is invested from my side other than my time or my knowledge. And we as humans don't value our time or knowledge subconsciously that much, because we are from engineering.
Yes.
So we anyway don't value that. Okay. Therefore, the person who would be hiring you would not be that much invested in you. Okay. It would be 90% of the times. 10% of the time when they would be invested in you, you would be getting an experience, but definitely the brand name wouldn't be that much recognizable, and you wouldn't be getting any edge over the brand name. Now, this is my personal opinion. I'm not saying that, obviously we should take it, but I think as an entrepreneur, as a CEO, I feel if I am hiring someone for free of cost, okay, since I'm not paying him anything, I wouldn't be that much invested in the process. And the person who is hiring you needs to be invested in the process for you to feel the pressure. Because if the person says, okay, one day on Monday, okay, do this thing. Since I have hired you for free, even if you do it, it's fine. Even if you don't do it, it's okay. And we tend to miss the deadline. If there's no one to look up, or if there's no one who can hold us accountable for, we would be missing the deadline. Okay. So I think if you could find an internship which is paid, okay, that's much more beneficial than anything else right now.
Okay.
So there is a course. I also have created a video on this particular one, where you can go to my YouTube channel, which is basically I have listed 15 digital marketing courses which are for free. You can start any of those. Okay. But what I would say is, pick up one domain, one niche. Okay. Do all the basic stuff which is available on the internet, because it is available. ऐसा नहीं है कि available ही नहीं है. Everything is available on the internet. Just go over there, okay. And tell me one thing: is this getting streamed, or is it not getting streamed?
No, sir, it's not getting streamed.
Okay, fine. Okay, actually, people are pinging me that it's not getting streamed. Okay, cool. I shared it with my followers, so they were like, okay, cool. Not an issue.
We can start the streaming right now, sir, if you say so.
No, it's fine. I told them. Anyway, so how to start? What's the gateway of starting? That's a very good question, because I'm just trying to reformulate how I started. So what I did was I went to Rand Fishkin. So I hope you guys are aware of Rand Fishkin, or you guys aren't.
Uh, I
Okay,
think
you
most.
guys are not okay aware of rand fishing. Okay, fine. So at that in 2016 there was a whiteboard Friday which used to be there, and I was really interested in that, and I used to watch all the videos. They were all SEO related videos and conversion rate optimization kind of videos. So I subscribed to a lot of newsletters, and I started reading all of them, regardless of which domain they were. That's not a good approach. What you should be focused on, okay, be it SEO, just you picked up SEO, be it email marketing, or be it anything. Okay, let's pick up SEO first.
Mm.
Pick up SEO, start doing all the things which are relevant to SEO. Okay,
Mm.
start consuming all the free content that's available. Once you start seeing that all the content that is available has been exhausted, okay, now it's becoming redundant, go for a paid course. And if you feel paid course is not necessary and you want to shift to another domain because you feel that this domain is not doing justice to your capabilities, go for another domain, exhaust all the content that is freely available on the internet, because there's a lot of content that is freely available on the internet. You just need to know the right resources. That's it. And if you guys feel you want to know the right resources, you can visit my channel. I continuously share right resources, and also you can follow me, or sorry, not follow me, that's a very tangy line I've used as an influencer. Just ping me on LinkedIn, okay? From anyone from LNMIIT can ping me on LinkedIn, on Instagram, and I'll ideally ping me on LinkedIn. I reply faster over there, because on Instagram I'll get a lot many messages which are not relevant, so I'm very slow over there. So ping me over there. You can even email me from the LNMIIT ID, and I'll reply to you what all things you need to do for which particular domain. So that I hope that helps. So that's that. Okay. And if I have to say which particular field you should pick up first, if you have picked up SEO, go through it, complete it. If you feel like it's doing justice to you, okay, fine. But if you feel that it's not, then move to email marketing, okay, then move to Facebook ads, and then move to content writing. And also, I have to say this: if any one of you is from the literary club, okay, I guess I'm assuming that most of you are from ESL, but if you are from literary club, go ahead with content writing and copywriting, okay? And I'm also in dire need of content writers and copywriters. Apply to Baweja Media if you guys want, okay? You send me your CV or at contact@sannidhyabaweja.com, and I'll have a look at it, okay? I hope I can help that much at least, okay? So yeah, that's pretty much it. When I say Facebook ads, it comprises of both Instagram ads as well as Facebook ads. Understand this thing: your parents are the decision makers, you aren't the decision maker. The new audience definitely has shifted, or the young audience has definitely shifted to Instagram, but the decision makers are still on Facebook. So till now we are getting 60% of our conversions from Facebook. So there's a reason to it. The reason is simple, that decision makers are still there on Facebook. Organic reach on Facebook is dead, completely dead. Never even try to post anything on Facebook, it's bullshit. If you have Facebook community, that's good, the reach is still there, but other than that, it's all completely dead. Okay, so if you're saying Instagram marketing for organic, that does make sense. But if you say Facebook run only Instagram ads, then you might be in for a very big surprise, and you might see a drop in your ROI. ROI is basically return on investment. How much you add, how much you spend, and how much you get out of it. Hope that answers your question. So there are two two ways how I can answer this question. So people who are already looking out for placement in this particular domain, okay, um, they need to take the plunge. Okay, they need to stop whatever they are doing, electronics or CS, and they need to wholeheartedly just dedicate themselves to this particular field, get an internship, okay, and take the plunge. You'll have to take the plunge. So that's an answer for the people who are going for the placement and want to specifically just switch to this particular domain. Then there are people who want to go with a safety net on, which is basically, first of all, try getting into CSE, okay, and or ECE branch, and then simultaneously have this as a side hustle, or maybe eventually switch to this particular thing. For them, I would say, yeah, it's a long process. You are in for a very big surprise. You would need a lot of patience as well as perseverance. Right now, you guys might not be able to wholeheartedly digest these words, like what does patience mean, what does perseverance means. But if you go through this particular process, you would definitely realize the actual meaning of being patient. So right now I'm also the CEO of Your Mental Health Pal. It's basically on the mental health domain. Currently, we are getting on an everyday basis we are getting around 100 to 150 visitors, and we have been trying to get visitors over there for last 6 months, and we have been only able to get 100 to 150 visitors, and it's still a very long process for us, which is ahead of us.
So,
And you can imagine, like, in 6 months we are only able to get organically 100 to 150 visitors every day, which is very low. So just understand how much time is it going to take for us to reach over there. But I have the deep pockets to sustain that. Okay, how I have it is through other sustainable businesses which I am running.
sure.
Okay, so to answer your question, Naman, if you are thinking of this particular thing to be done, like having a CS job and then moving towards it, you will have to work hard a lot on your side hustle for, I'll say, for 3 hours at least every day for the next 1 year of your life, and then you would be able to see some sustainable results.
Mm,
Okay, it is definitely slow, but once it hits the bump, or once it hits that particular benchmark where you are able to see some sustainable and significant amount of results, you have to be patient. But once it hits that, it goes like exponential. It does. And I've seen that happen a lot of times. So what I'll
right.
recommend over here is, okay, I'm not done with that. So
Sorry.
not an issue. So what I'll recommend over here is, till the time you are not able to achieve that much amount of results, okay, like for example, if you're earning, let's say, 6 lakhs in your job and you're not able to come with the side hustle to 6 lakhs, don't quit your job. Once you have hit the 6 lakh over here and you're sure that you can scale this up, then leave that. So there were two varieties in this particular question itself. So I hope I answered both of them. If anyone has a follow-up question, then they can ask. Dominate that, build everything over there, then push those people to come to other platforms as well. Let's say if you have done that for YouTube, okay, I have a following of 10,000 on YouTube. What I say is, at the end of not every video, but a few videos, that to get update quicker, you can visit my Instagram profile, right? The first thing which I did was build LinkedIn. Through LinkedIn, I was able to build other platforms. So I dominated LinkedIn. I got followers over there. I realized that these are not good followers. I want these people on Instagram instead of LinkedIn. I started moving them towards my Instagram by asking them to join me on Instagram, okay, for having a live session and everything, because I was not able to conduct a live session on LinkedIn, because LinkedIn are a bunch of idiots, people who are running it, and they didn't allow me to do a live video. So I started moving my audience to Instagram. So that's one strategy, because the rules which you would learn while growing one platform apply on the other platforms as well. So have an undivided attention on one particular platform first, grow that one up, and then use those learnings into other one. There is a challenge which we face when we are advertising on these platforms. We can't advertise to people who are below a certain age. Okay. For example, I guess on Instagram it's even restricted that if you are below 12 years or something, you can't make the Instagram profile or something. But we have our work around to it. We raise our age. But to answer your question, I do understand your question, what you're trying to say. I'm not saying that it's always 60 to 40%. Ideally, it is 60 to 40%, because most of our products which we are selling are something, or the products where we get most revenue or the most profitable we are B2B. And over there, B2B is basically business to business, and are focused around CEOs of one particular company, or a set of companies. And that's what make the most money out of it. At that point of time, I said that most of the business decision makers are over there. I didn't specifically want to say that parents, but I wanted to say the older generation is basically on Facebook, and that's where I said that we have to focus more upon Facebook. But let's say if the e-commerce is like the target audience of the e-commerce is specifically between 18 to 25 years old, there my strategy would be completely different. I would be focusing more towards younger generation, and my Instagram would be generating 70% of my revenue. So it all depends upon where data is taking you. And to answer your question with the adults, with the adults part, most of the decisions still are taken by the adults only. Okay, if you think about it, like even
Yeah,
if
decisions are taken by adults, but sir, it means
mm,
if a kid asks a adult to get things, means those below 18 years and they want this, said I want a headphone, that I want a headphone.
mm,
Now dad will buy a headphone, but because the kid is demanding it, and the kid will see the okay looks, okay the features. He won't just see the price. He will see these things first. So he will go for those high tech improvement if there is. So I am talking about those things. So
so
because
over there
kid is
you
demanding, so dad has to buy. It's not that dad will see, okay, from for my generation it was like this, so it's just this one is good. He won't go that way. He will take the kid's preference first. No, so
over
and
there over there marketers don't have the visibility of the data which we are getting, because obviously when someone would be purchasing it, they won't be mentioning it that they are purchasing it for their kid, or let's say
yeah,
they wouldn't be giving it to you. At that point of time we have to play on certain assumptions and
yeah,
biases.
assumptions.
For example, yeah, so what you said, okay, we don't have enough vision towards catering to those particular people. And since we don't, and at that point of time we create a lot of customer personas, okay, and then we try to run experiments, and if we get justifiable results, or
Result.
we think that we are doing a good job. But many a times in these kind of cases are dealt with pure serendipity and assumptions and hypothesis, and there is no short answer to it till the time you are getting favorable results. That's
Yeah,
it. If you're getting favorable results, then definitely this is a good strategy. But also, in order to do these kind of things, there is a proper marketing strategy which you have to create. Okay, for example, I guess someone asked me about the funnels, okay, in the chat box. I didn't answer that question till now. So you have to decide, where do they lie in the funnel, what is the target audience, and from those target audiences you have to pick up customer personas, which particular customer persona you want to pick up, and then you have to decide the content accordingly, and that's where content writers come into picture. And that's where they have to write something which is a story, and that illustrates what they are doing and how they are doing it. And yeah, basically the game is to tantalize 8-year-olds, and it's very easy to tantalize 8-year-olds if you are able to tantalize 14-year-olds, because from where do they learn? They learn from their elder brothers that this is a cool thing. Who would come up and tell them that this is a cool thing? Only 18-year-olds or 14-year-olds. Obviously you guys are in college, you're younger, you know cousins or siblings who would be looking up to you, like what kind of gadgets are you using, or when you were younger you used to look up to them, that okay fine, these are the headphones they are using, so they would force their parents to purchase it. So that is also something which is a derived marketing kind of results which you have to bring in. And also then there are a lot of other things also which we do, basically contextually being relevant, like we would be focusing more towards women, or mom, like how cool that would be to offer this to your kid, right? And
yeah.
he would love you. You would become the best mother, something like that. We're just playing with the psychology of theirs. Okay, so to answer your question, which is basically so I never thought of, like, it just happened all of a sudden. So when in 2020, I guess I started. Yeah, it was just after pandemic. I got. So yeah, this is a very interesting story. I got fired from my job, not because I was underperforming, but because I was having a really good salary, and they were supposed to make me fire some people, but I didn't want to. So that's when that debacle happened, and I had to quit the job. Basically, they fired me. So after that, I started YouTube. Okay, and after, like, while I was starting YouTube, I've thought that I have large chunk of money with me and I would be able to sustain it. But I realized after one point of time that YouTube is going to take a lot of time, and I need to get some freelancing clients. I was not at all in the favor of getting freelancing clients earlier, but then I decided to do so. The reason was because I was going out of money. And as soon as I started getting clients, and it was not a hard job for me to get clients because I was already popular on LinkedIn, and because of that, I was getting a lot of clients, and I was just declining them because I didn't want to shift in that particular domain, because as I said, I was not an entrepreneur. So I started taking up a few gigs, and realized that these are very easy to do because of the job which I did at Voila, and I just had to run Facebook ads for them, and I was getting a large chunk of money from them. And it only took me 2 to 3 hours a day for those people, and by the rest of the time I can either devote it to something else. And then I realized that this is something which is scalable. And what was the next step of scaling up was that forming a company or forming a group of individuals who would be able to take up a lot of clients. When I formed a group of individuals, I realized that they were not accountable. The things were going out of place, and a lot of other things were happening which were not fathomable, or not, or anyone can foresee those things. And because of that, there was a lot of friction. And that was the point I decided that I should open up a company and have people working under me. And that's when I did that. It didn't happen because I wanted to, but it was the only next step that I was supposed to take. And that's when I took the plunge, and I started the journey of entrepreneurship. So yeah, that answers one part of the question. The second is, how does my timetable look like? So there are a few things that I have to do every day religiously, and then there are a few things which I can't predict that I'll have to do, which is basically client work. So every day I dedicate at least 8 hours to client work. Okay. On every day. Okay, regardless. Okay, fine. So basically work-life balance is there, but when you are talking about this much amount of work-life balance goes down the gutter. Okay, it just goes down. Okay, there's no work-life balance over here right now, but that doesn't mean that it won't be after one point of time. I'm sacrificing it for now because I can do it, and it's kind of like a very soothing thing to me. It's not like I'm forcing myself to do it, and I feel like I should have work-life balance. But I think this is something which is a priority right now, and that's why I'm doing it. So for all the 7 days, I work for 8 hours for clients, and then rest of the 4 hours, what I have to do religiously, I do that. It involves researching for YouTube videos, or making reels, or producing content for other social media channels. So that's one. Then third one is obviously my own other company, which is Your Mental Health Pal. So working for that, and organizing the processes for those people. So those are the things which I generally do. So this is how my work schedule is segmented. When you see a product, you don't immediately go into the store and purchase it. There needs to be some interaction or some touch points of you with the brand, and then you convert. The funnel basically explains the journey of that particular thing. So top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, and then bottom of the funnel, which also translates to awareness, consideration, and then buying in other fields. So this is how you go. And then the funnel looks like a funnel. Okay, it's broad on the top and then narrow at the bottom. The reason is because on top of the funnel there are a lot of people. Then in middle of the funnel, some of the people drop from the top of the funnel and they don't purchase from you, and then they shift to middle of the funnel, and then bottom of the funnel has even lower people, fewer people, because they dropped even further, dropped off. So why that happens is because obviously you would be, let's say you have to purchase a shoe. Okay, you would see Pumas, Nike, Adidas, and a lot of, let's say, Sri Leather also. Okay, then you see four of these companies. Okay, you are in the top of the funnel of all these companies, but then you become more aware of only one brand, because maybe Virat Kohli is endorsing it, or maybe it's a local brand to you, or Sri Leather, basically a local brand, and you believe in their vision or something, and that's how you come to the middle of the funnel. Then you become their bottom of the funnel by bottom of the funnel is basically people who purchase it, or have the highest tendency of purchasing it. So you become aware of it. Okay, you see that their customer service is really good, and then you purchase that product. So this is how the user's journey is. So basically funnel is nothing but user's journey explained with the motivations which they have at that particular stage where they are at. I mentioned this thing like patience, persistence, and perseverance. I think these all are the three things which you have to do. Other than that, start doing it. Okay, don't wait for something. Okay, overthinking would kill a lot of opportunities. Okay, but the major point is to do those things. That's it. Okay. Hope this makes sense to everyone. Okay, and yeah, and also one more thing, which is very important. I think I should have mentioned it in the frameworks as possible in your life as well as in your professional background, because frameworks help you achieve things quickly, and it helps you foresee a lot of road bumps earlier on in the journey, and also, you know, help you defeat those road bumps as well, or at least create a strategy around it. So create as many frameworks around yourself as you can. Don't wait for, or let's say, I'll take a very small example. If you create an Excel sheet every time you're doing something, automate the process. Automate the process as much as you can. Don't wait for it to hit the ceiling, like the shit hit the ceiling, and then do it. Instead, keep doing them as you encounter them. There shouldn't be any particular task which you should be doing twice. Keep the mark of that. If you think you have to do this particular task again, automate in such a way that you don't have to do it. This reduces a lot of pressure on you as a professional, and it and since you all are from your CS, so I can expect at least all these things from you guys, that the power of automation, how much time it saves, how much independent or how much freedom does it give you, how much your like how much your brain's bandwidth is getting freed because you have automated a lot of stuff. You get a lot of time to be creative. Okay. And one more thing, consume as much content as you can of good creators, not of mediocre. Because in India, there are a lot of mediocre creators which are around who would give you content which is very mediocre. Okay, follow people who are actually good. Okay, and not just in India, actually, outside the world as well. But in India, it is becoming very redundant that people are just posting each other's content, blindly. So try following the person who is original, content creator. So yeah.